Yo guys, what is going on? It's Lukey here and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be going through the top 10 guns and class setups in Season 5 right now. I do apologise if the mic doesn't sound the best quality. I'm not currently home, so I don't have the full setup and it just sounds a bit weird. But let's ignore that and let's just get right into the classes. There will also be timestamps as well, so you guys can just skip through the video as much as you want to. If you enjoy, subscribe for more. We're on the road to 70k and let's get straight into this. So the first one is going to be the M4A1. In my opinion, this is definitely an underrated weapon. I never see anyone use this anymore, but I started using it the other day because I was pretty bored using everything else, and to my surprise, it is an absolute beam. Like, this thing is so good. It's got a really nice time to kill, very competitive with the other assault rifles as well. And these are the attachments. You probably already know the attachments, so I'm not going to go that into detail with them. Next up, we've got the Krig 6. It did receive a nerf pretty recently, however, it still is definitely, in my opinion, probably top 3 assault rifles. These are the attachments you want to use. You've got the agency suppressor, the field agent grip, the 60 round mag, axle 3 times, and the Ranger barrel. The Ranger barrel, in my opinion, is much better than any other barrel. It doesn't decrease the mobility as much as any other barrel does, and it still gives you as much range as any other barrel would. If you guys haven't yet, I would definitely start using the Ranger barrel. It's definitely a lot better. You're going to have more range and more mobility than any other barrel. Other attachments are pretty basic, but the next weapon is going to be the C58, which also received a pretty small nerf recently as well. It did get a nerf, but it still is definitely on top. So if you're wondering if it's still good after the nerf, yes, it still is, and in my opinion, it's probably top 3 assault rifles as well. If you guys want to, you can use the 3x scope, but for some reason, I just like using the 4x scope whenever I use the C58. Also, it doesn't really have much recoil, so you can swap the field agent grip for a rear grip if you want to. You can also do that with the Krig if you want to, but the next weapon is going to be the Fara 83, which pretty much has no recoil if you control it, obviously. No weapon has no recoil if you don't control it, but this is one of the most accurate weapons in the entire game at the moment, and it's also got one of the fastest timed kills out of any assault rifle. In my opinion, if you are using the Fara, I wouldn't actually recommend using an underbarrel because it's already one of the most accurate assault rifles in the game. So in my opinion, I would rather use the Spetness field grip because this increases the ADS time and it also increases the flinch resistance, which is going to give you a big advantage against your enemies. You're going to be able to ADS faster and you're not going to be flinching as much in gunfights. Next up, we have the Cold War AK-47. This is the Cold War one. Don't you dare use the Modern Warfare one because it absolutely sucks. But this is what you want to use. Now, this is specifically built as a sniper support build, so you want to use this if you are using a sniper. So when you're using a sniper, you want a weapon that can compete with SMGs, and you want a weapon that can also compete with assault rifles at medium range, and then you have the sniper for long range. The AK is the perfect weapon because it has great mobility, really good time to kill, faster than most SMGs, and it's still got very good range and accuracy for the medium range gunfights. Next up, we got the Modern Warfare MP5. This is specifically built as a hipfire build. Once again, this did get a recent nerf, however, it still is one of the best SMGs in the game. It's got one of the fastest mobilities in the game, and it's also the most accurate SMG you can use in the entire game. If you want to, you can take off the stock and you will have less mobility, but if you want, you can take the stock off and put sleight of hand on if you want to reload faster. If I'm playing on Verdansk, I will probably use the collapsible stock, and if I'm playing on Rebirth, I will probably use sleight of hand so I can reload faster. Next up, we have the MAC-10. Now, this is actually the fastest, the quickest mobility SMG in the entire game, and with this specific build, it's going to have insane mobility, and it's also going to have insane accuracy, and it's going to have a lot of bullets and a great time to kill. In my opinion, this is one of the best all-round SMGs in the game. It's one of the most well-rounded SMGs. It's not just good in one aspect, it's good in every single aspect you can think of. For me personally, I like to use the Task Force barrel on most of my SMGs because it does increase the range and it also increases the strafe speed, so you're going to be a lot faster when using this weapon. I also like to use no stock because it allows you to ready up your gun a lot faster after sprinting, and it comes in clutch, especially when you play Rebirth. Next up we have the Swiss K31, which in my opinion is by far the best sniper in the entire game. Fastest mobility, fastest ADS, it's got really good damage, really good bullet velocity, and it's literally statistically one of the best snipers in the game. It's basically like the Kar 98K but better. If you guys aren't using the Swiss yet and you're still using the Kar, honestly you have to switch to the Swiss, you'll be much better off. Now this specific build is actually the fastest ADS build in the entire game out of literally any sniper in the game. So it's really good on Rebirth, it's great on Verdansk, but on Rebirth it absolutely shreds. Next up we've got the BULLFROG, which in my opinion is a really underrated SMG. This is one of the best SMGs in the game and I absolutely love this weapon. I don't really see that many people talking about it, but it is really nice. So you want to use the sound suppressor, the task force, you want to use the Tiger Team Spotlight for the increased mobility, the KGB skeletal stock for the increased mobility, and then in my opinion, you can use the 65 round mag, or if you want more mobility, you can take the mag off and stick on a rear grip for even more mobility, and you're going to be flying around the map with this thing. Next up we got the OTS, which is actually my personal favourite SMG at the moment, but not many people really have this unlocked because the challenge is pretty difficult, but it is a very good SMG and these are the attachments I use. It actually has one of the fastest time to kills out of any SMG in the game right now, so I really do recommend you guys using it. Anyway, that's been it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.